Yo, what is up? Welcome back to another day of the Gems Tournament. I'm Andrew Guy. I'm one of your CRL casters for CRL West, and today are the quarterfinals. I'm excited. I'm really excited. Our first match of the day, you guys saw it in the pre-stream here. We're going to do Crusher Esports versus Cream Real Betis or Real Betis. I don't know how to say it. I'm sure I'm butchering that, but I'm very excited. It's a best of three still, 2v2, King of the Hill, 1v1, same old thing that we do at CRL. I'm going to hop over here so you guys can see really quickly what we were looking at here. Here is our match schedule for the entire week. I'll be with you guys Monday and Tuesday and Sunday. I'm not sure who will be here on Thursday, which we actually don't know what any of the matches are going to be on Thursday. So you can see, as of right now, everything that's laid in stone are the matches that are happening on Monday and Tuesday. Again, they're at the exact same time today, tomorrow, Thursday, and Sunday. So I'm very excited to be here. Very excited to see who's going to end up in third, second, and first place, of course. And I'm sure that these guys, Crusher Esports, and of course, the Cream Academy is what they were. Now they're, I don't know. They're changing their name up, I guess. I'm not sure. So you guys can see here. Here's the bracket. This is the way it's working. You can see that today we are doing the left side of the bracket, working our way up to see who's going to be battling up for that second, third, first spot. Right side of the bracket will be done tomorrow. So looking forward to that. I will be here for that as well. How you guys feeling? How you guys feeling about the matchups today? Who do you think is going to take our first match? We're going to start the very first set here really soon. I'll hop over here and say hello to everyone in the YouTube chat. A little bit of a slow start this morning, but we do have our first 2v2 set about to go underway. It's going to be Will and Pekka versus Red and Joel Mendo. Got bans of the Giant Skeleton and the Tornado. And I'm doing some stuff different today with the sound, or at least I'm going to be on my iPad. So you guys let me know if you can hear, if it's too loud, too quiet, anything like that. I'm going to be able to adjust that volume so that the game volume doesn't deafen all of you, even though it is important. Hey, Sam. You're the first to like. I appreciate it. I appreciate you being here. Well, we are about to hop into our very first match of the day, guys. Here we go. Cream. Can they do it against the boys in, I want to say blue, but Crusher Esports. I'm just going to say Crusher Esports. Let's go. Sorry here, having a little bit of issue with the graphics. There we go. Should be better for you guys. There you go. Clash Will and Pekka banning that Giant Skeleton on the other side of it. Red Brightness and Joel Mendo for Cream banning the Tornado. Two great cards to take out of that 2v2 play. Obviously, these Golem pushes become that much more effective when you don't have to worry about things like the Giant Skeleton being dropped right at the river. However, a very nice defensive lightning coming in here from the top of your screen. Again, that is Cream at the top of your screen. Ewis comes down to clean up the bats. Lightning does a good job taking out those support units in the Night Witch and E-Drag. But still damage done on both sides of the board. Cream here going on the offensive, which is a cheap E-Wiz Dark Prince push. Nice counter there with a Battle Healer. Battle Healer is still in an interesting place after the changes in balance. I don't think that it's too strong or too weak or anything right now. I actually think I might finally be in a place where I'm okay with it. So I don't know. Who do I think will win? It's really tough, man. Once you get into quarterfinals or what you would call the playoffs, teams kind of start busting out different things. They kind of turn it up a notch. So we'll see if that actually happens here today, or if it's going to be kind of business as usual. Ramrider gets a big-time connection on the right-hand side, but that Night Witch cruises on through to the tower, 647 to 376. Both these guys looking to, or both these squads, I should say, looking to put this at a two-tower game. So Ramrider going on through, probably just going to be ignored. Yep, that's the right thing to do. E-Drag will turn around and add a little bit of assistance with that Magic Archer, and then they should both still go towards the lane that they're looking for here on the left-hand side. We'll see what big spells come out from the Crusher Esports. They're going to go double Golem. This is something that we actually haven't seen in a really, or I guess we should say we haven't seen it be effective in a really long time. This was the meta when it was CRL, NA, and EU a couple of years ago. It was just beat down, just go in the same lane, pile it on, see who wins in overtime. But now, as you can see, things changing up a bit with the meta shifting. Maybe we're back to it. So 37 HP remaining on the top of your screen here for Cream. Snowball's going to come in and clear that all out. It is going to be a 2-tower game, but our friends for Crusher Esports, Will and Pekka, are a bit behind. So Cream going on the offensive, trying to figure out a way to get this Ram Rider push in. Start with a Mega Knight up front to tank, maybe Ram Rider in the pocket. Not have to worry about a building from their opponent. Surprising we're not seeing any Goblin Hut. So offensive lightning comes in but doesn't hit the tower. Tries to clean up some of those support troops, make sure that this Golem doesn't get onto their king and that they can turn around and turn it into a nice counter push. So Snowball coming in just in time, knocking that Ram Rider back. Should not connect, should not get a hit, but only going to be below 900 HP remaining after that poison ticks away. Not enough elixir to get a Golem up front. Crusher Esports looking like they're in a little bit of trouble here in this first game in 2v2. They were having a lot of trouble early on stopping that Ram Rider from connecting on the right-hand side, and that kind of seems like that was what opened up a door for them to take all that damage on the left hand. Never able to kind of fully commit everything they wanted to those Golem pushes, and then you saw at the very end they're actually having to take the tower with the Snowball. So here we go. Cream back on the offensive. 364 remaining. That poison ticking away. Just a lightning away. Miner comes in, getting some damage on there. Lightning comes down, and that will do it. That lightning use by Cream in the entire game was so great. They used it so well. They actually didn't even really go for the tower that many times. I think they maybe hit the tower once with their lightning. I'd have to go back and re-watch it. That's the one thing without having replay that can be kind of a bummer. But we can see here in the stats, they did drop 4 of those lightnings. They did a really, really good job of picking and choosing when to use their lightnings to make sure that they would get the most utility out of it. Not the most damage out of it, but like the most utility. So they were taking away all those support units behind the Golem, or even there at the end, you know, it was still taking away the support units behind the Golem, even though the Golem wasn't going towards a Princess Tower, it was going towards King. But it was still the idea that they would have so much to deal with without that lightning that they wouldn't have been able to in turn create a counter push. So just getting set up here for game number 2. It is a BO3 2v2 King of the Hill 1v1. Some iced coffee here to fuel my veins. I feel tired today. I feel like I don't know, how you guys feeling? It is Monday. Don't worry, I won't say it's having a case of the Mondays. Wow, is that the Andrew guy? Matt Rutledge, my boy, Mobile Matt. I don't know if you guys recognize the name here at the top of the screen. Let's see, here we go. Look at that. That's the guy right there. One of our sponsors, one of the best people in the esports community, period. If you guys aren't following him on Twitter, go and follow him on Twitter right now and make sure you're watching everything that he supports, because he supports everything that is mobile and everything that is mobile esports. Speaking of, I was actually supposed to be on Mad Cat TV dual streaming right now. I already got one stream in on Mad Cat, but unfortunately, I'm not sure if they were having issues with their server today, so I wasn't able to dual stream. Ideally, tomorrow we will be doing the dual stream here and on Mad Cat, but don't worry, I'm not going anywhere, YouTube. So first game in the books, Cream coming out on top. Crusher Esports has 60 seconds to request. Maybe sitting there and looking back and thinking about what they want to change. The double Golem deck, again, not something that we saw a lot of being very effective here in the last couple seasons of CRL, but with the meta shifting, we've seen more and more Golem pop up in Grand Challenges and on Ladder. We'll see if it actually pays off in 2v2 or if they change it up in game. Number 2, Cream at the top of your screen. Crushers Esports at the bottom. Bans for the day. Going to be Giant Skeleton and Tornado. They're going to go double Skelly Barrel. And the double drop there from Will and Peck. I never really want to see that early on. Obviously, when it's this early, it's a little bit more forgiving. So now you see Cream comfortably cycling that log. But a double drop on a spell, that was 5 elixir for 3. Never great. So, Baby Dragon meeting that Inferno Dragon on the left-hand side. Snowball maybe a half second late. Would have been nice to reset that a little earlier, get one more Baby Dragon belch in, and then that Inferno probably wouldn't have connected on their left-hand tower. Obviously, the damage is negligible, but it's the type of thing you might want to avoid later on if you end up losing or winning a game by, let's say, less than 100 HP. So here we go, Goblin Hut back in 2v2. I was honestly really surprised we didn't see the Goblin Hut in that first game. Just seems like we see Goblin Hut everywhere. Arrows come in a little, we'll say just in time. So Miner here to support the bats. Crusher's trying to get whatever they can, and honestly, they're going to get a lot out of this unless something else comes down to pick up those bats. Cream just sacrifices about 1,000 HP to those bats. Really, really nice play from Crusher's Esports. So here we go. Cream drops the dirty, dirty clone. Lightning comes in to clean that up. That is not what you want to use on that type of push. Poison out of cycle. Arrows maybe not in cycle. I did not like that lightning. When you lightning that cheap of troops this early in the game with a clone on the map, you are asking for trouble. Len Stone says, hey, Matt, thanks for sponsoring this great competition. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Matt. Thank you so much. Matt and CWA, a couple legends in the game. So here we go. I'm a little surprised that they go into the right-hand lane with the Lava Hound like that. You know, they're obviously trying to protect that 3 crown. But I don't know. Maybe wait until double before you try to get that tank down. We'll see. We'll see how they defend right now. Flying Machine in the back. Brawler turns and gets on top of the Miner. Lava Hound is on the tower, but that Inferno Dragon is taking a long, long walk following that Skelly Barrel. Really, really nice kite there from the Skelly Barrel. And a lot of single target units here. High DPS, but single target, focusing on this swarm of defense being dropped by Cream. Now we get another aggressive Lightning and a Lava Hound at the river. This does look like it could end up being a 2-tower game now, but the problem here for Cream is that they're not getting aggressive enough. So we see a little bit of elixir leak there. I think maybe they should have already started a push so that their defense could have kind of met their ensuing push at the river, if that makes sense. But here we go. They're trying it down on the bottom right side hand of your screen, trying to do it on the Crusher Esports side on the map. Cannon Cart does not connect. We're sitting at elite HP. They missed the clone on the Skelly Barrel. Kind of a mental slip up there that would have maybe ended up giving them the game. And a moment to breathe. Squad's even in elixir. 892 to a lot. Decided not to take the fireball value on the King Tower. They just go for all the units here stacking up, hoping that a Lava Hound cannot get in front and cause too much damage. Lava Hound into the pocket, pulled with the Goblin Hut. Lumberjack there as well. Cannon Cart meets. Second Lava Hound comes down right-hand side. This big, beefy deck is starting to become a little bit tougher to manage here when you see the spells on the side of the map for Cream. 7:15. Dragons coming to the tower. Night Witch goes down to kite away. That's going to help with this Lava Hound push. Mega Knight at the river on top of this Night Witch. Night Witch down. And we see a Flying Machine Mega Knight push coming right-hand lane. Really, really going for that 3 crown. Brawler helps clean up the Lumberjack on the top left-hand side of your screen. That's really, really important for that to happen. Miner to the back. Cream going all out on defense. Their opponents returning in kind offensively. A back and forth, only 7:15 remaining on that King. There you go, Skelly Barrel plus Cannon Cart. Cannon Cart sneaks on through. Cannon Cart's on the tower. That is going to do it. Cream with the quick 2-0. That lightning at the end coming in just a half a second late. The Cannon Cart was able to connect onto that King Tower. A lot was coming in regardless. I don't know if they would have been able to defend, even if that lightning was perfectly timed. Let's take a look here at the stats from that second game. Cream moving on through to that second set with a very, very nice quick 2 up and 2 down here over Crusher's Esports. And there you see a big, big cycle on both sides, 12 and 11 to get back around for both squads here. But you see the average elixir of 4, the bottom left with that lightning. Maybe that was one of the things. If that lightning was something else, maybe if that lightning was a second poison, who knows? Who knows? Maybe Crushers would have been in a better position just because of the clone. Obviously, you can't really game for when someone's going to bust out a clone, and when that clone comes down and you drop a big spell right beforehand, it is one of the most demoralizing moments in the game. You're like, oh yeah, I'm just going to fireball this, and as your fireball is flying through the sky, you see things clone, especially things like a skeleton barrel, and you're like, great, now I don't have any elixir. Now I don't have a spell. How am I going to clean these troops up? And Cream did a very, very good job of kind of waiting and picking their moment to attack. Akko Phase TR says, sup, guys? What's up, man? How you guys doing? Appreciate y'all being here watching the Gems League quarterfinals today. Finals are on Sunday. While we're waiting for that 1v1 set to start, let me hop over here so you guys can check a look at our schedule. This is the schedule for the week. Obviously, we're in the middle of the Crushers versus Cream. Coming up next, big time here. Excited about it. AK Syndicate has a lot of heat behind them right now. A lot of people thinking that they might be the ones to take the whole thing, but who knows? Who knows? There's a lot of other people that are ready to disappoint them, upset them. I don't know. Can you really call it an upset at this point? But as for right now, it's all about Cream and Crushers Esports. Going to start that set in just a couple minutes. Just remember, you guys, to remind you guys, this is King of the Hill. Each squad gets 3 players. Each player has just 1 life. The first squad to eliminate all 3 players of the opposing squad take the set, and if Cream takes that 2v2, or excuse me, that King of the Hill set after the 2v2, they're going to be in a very, very good position. Obviously, they will take the set, and they'll take the match, and they will move on forward. And just to remind you guys of the stats that we were just taking a look at, these are provided by our good friends over at Stats Royale. So if you guys aren't following them on Twitter and you don't look at your stuff online, go look at everything that they have to provide on statsroyale.com. I'm there every day. There and Royale API are the 2 sites that I go to every single day for Clash Royale updates, decks to choose, matchup information, anything and everything. Just go check it out. So guys, what do you think? What do you think here in the King of the Hill set? I don't know what the lineups are going to be yet. I'll let you know as soon as I do, but Cream has been pretty strong today. Do you guys think that Crusher's going to be able to turn it around here in this second set, or will they just go for the quick 2-0 and Cream kind of gets a cruise on through? But we saw some pretty promising moments from Crushers Esports, you know, throughout the prelims, if you will, or getting their way to the playoffs. I mean, obviously they wouldn't be here if they didn't play well in their prior matches. Who do you guys got? What do you think? Loves says Phase TR says, love the support the Supercell gives at the moment for the league. Yeah, Supercell is the absolute best, man. I love working for them. Love everything they do. Love the support from the, you know, in the community and from the community. Cannot wait for CRL West to start. If you guys haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. You guys can follow me on MadCat TV. I was trying to stream, actually. I was trying to dual stream on there today, but for some reason it just was not, their webpage was not loading for me. So we'll see if I can get that going tomorrow. Curious to see what the bans are. King of the Hill, you know, the bans have started to really shift from when, you know, this tournament started. Curious if we'll see that big-time Royal Giant deck that we saw dominate, over in the No Tilt League with that insane 2.9 cycle, big, heavy, beefy, you know, fast, high DPS, and obviously like the ability to cycle back around to those Royal Giants when you're in, you know, double elixir, triple elixir, overtime. All that can be really, really brutal to deal with, because you might have a log, you might have a bomb tower, you might have a way to actually deal with a Royal Giant, but the thing is, if it can cycle that quickly all the way back around, and it feels like you've only played 2 cards by the time your opponent has an RG back down on the field, then you're in trouble. So here we go. We're going to start the King of the Hill now. Ruben Lopez plus Pekka, and then Alien is coming out for Crushers Esports. On the other side of it for Cream, we have Ace, Castillo, and then Topic. The bans for the day are Miner and Sparky, and I think that's really, really interesting. I'm not sure how much you guys have been paying attention to what's been going on Twitter, but it feels like over the last week on Twitter, or the last few days on Twitter, people have been going after the Sparky, and you know what? I'm here for it. So here we go. Match number 1, King of the Hill. King of the Hill, there are your lineups. Crushers banning the Sparky. Cream banning that Miner. Ace has shown a lot of promise here. A lot of people looking to him to maybe be one of the next big standouts from Cream Academy. So Musketeer gonna help out with that Dark Prince. Obviously falls to that poison. Top of your screen, we could be seeing. Actually, I don't know. We'll see. Bottom of your screen, we could be seeing Graveyard. Screen, honestly, at the top, we could be seeing a different new Royal Giant deck. Could be seeing some sort of Hog. Or some sort of Rider. Guys playing it slow. Ruben gonna double down on this lane. Dark Prince, Goblin Brawler, and Mega Minion all coming down the lane. Musketeer plus Knight. One of the great cheap defenses. And there you go. Royal Delivery. Royal Delivery seeing a massive, massive increase in use. And I'm totally cool with it. There we go. It is the Hog Rider. High Brawler. Snowball doesn't push the Hog the way that he'd like. And Hog ends up taking a swing. And this Musketeer is going to need a response. Musketeer gets a few shots in. That is rough. 1191. Ace here in a great spot. And honestly, now he can keep up the pressure either lane. You know, obviously the Hog's going to be coming back around very, very quickly. But if his opponent is playing Graveyard, he's going to not want to keep going right into him in those counter pushes. So we'll see how Ruben defends here and then what he decides to do on his counter push. Mega Minion gonna clean up. Oh, yeah, I don't know who got it. I think it was the Mega Minion, it wasn't the Brawler. And Ruben not really able to do much. So here we go, Hog Rider Knight once again. These 7 elixir pushes have become impossible to deal with for Ruben, and Ruben needs to figure out a way to either take damage, sacrifice the tower, and get an offense down, or change lanes, because with 15 seconds left, he is in trouble. We got Skellies, we got Log, we got Knight, and we got Snowball, and even an Earthquake, if necessary. Should be pretty easy defense here for Ace. And I'm only calling him Ace because that's what I heard his name was, so if I'm wrong, please correct me. There's the Earthquake that comes in, 31 HP remaining, just need a Log. Snowball, something. There it is. Snowball takes the tower, and a pretty easy game number 1 here for Ace. Not able, his opponent, Ruben, not able to get that Graveyard down really effectively. He got it down one time, and we'll take a look at the stats right now, but, you know, when you recognize what your opponent's running, you recognize that they're running Graveyard as their win condition, and you have a deck that cycles that quickly, you need to stay incredibly aggressive. Incredibly aggressive. And the one thing that I recognized here that Ace did was that he didn't ever have to switch lanes. He just continued to build these really aggressive Knight plus Hog Rider plus Earthquake pushes. Because of all the damage he got in single elixir, he was able to just kind of be unrelenting. You know, a lot of times when you see in double elixir, when the elixir starts to flow like crazy, and it's that type of quick cycle Hog deck against a Graveyard deck, if their opponent defends adequately, they can create a really, really big counter push and end up taking a tower on the return. So you see their opponents, in this case Ace, you'd see him start to throw that Hog Rider left, then right, then left, then right, because those towers really start to add up pretty quickly, and it's pretty easy to get those even, you know, if you are splitting your opponent's attention that much. But he didn't have to do that. He just really went all in on the right-hand lane, and there was just nothing Ruben could do about it. So game number 1, that's 3 games in a row for Cream here, 2 in the 2v2, 1 here in King of the Hill. And we will see what is going to happen here in game number 2. I like the ban of the Sparky. I really do. I like this. I like the Sparky Miner bans. Those cards are so strong. I mean, obviously, I love Miner, but Sparky right now is in a scary, scary place. We saw last week what that Sparky Giant bait deck did, and it was almost impossible to keep up with. I think he'd even played against a pretty decent, you know, the spells in the deck that was going up against were pretty decent. It was just the idea that, like, I think he just used a zap and a Log too early on, and then all of a sudden there was like a minion horde on the board. So I like that Sparky's banned. Do you guys think it'll get reworked? Do you guys think it'll get nerfed here in the next meta? I think so. I think it's time. Why are you hiding my hair? Dude, my hair is absolutely insane right now. I'll show you guys if you guys want to see it. See this? You guys see this? This is like, this is, I don't even know. I don't even know what's going on here. So anyway, that's what I look like right now. That's enough of that. Let's hop in here to game number 2. It's going to be Ace versus P.E.K.K.A. He is bald. Yeah, I don't think I ever have to worry about going bald. Gray, yes. Bald, I don't think so. So a lot of times when you see Bandit plus Snowball, you think Ram Rider. But here we go. P.E.K.K.A. comes down. Could still be P.E.K.K.A. Ram Rider, but something we haven't seen as much lately. Ram Rider from the opponent, usually coupled with that Inferno Dragon. And wow, a lot here to deal with in the left-hand lane for P.E.K.K.A. Ewiz comes down on the right, so P.E.K.K.A. thinking, all right, yes, you may take my left-hand tower, but here we go. I'm going to put my namesake... never mind. Ram Rider going to connect. Ewiz going to reset the tower onto the Ram Rider, so Ace does great by taking that tower early on, but now he's got a pretty healthy P.E.K.K.A. to deal with in the left-hand lane, and a Ram Rider Bandit on the right-hand lane. Did he overspend? So there we go. Nice even start. P.E.K.K.A. honoring his namesake. A little bit of crying Skelly's coming out here, so here we go. We'll see. 2-tower game with Ram Rider. Opposite sides of the map. Going to be very interesting. I think you just let this P.E.K.K.A. go at this point, 100%. She's been on the map for a very long time. Sir Clash and CR, what's up? Glad to have you here. Go. Lumberjack at the river. Ram Rider comes out defensively with that Ice Golem in the pocket. And a great kite with that Ram Rider to keep that Lumberjack at bay. And then a even better Bandit in the pocket. Get some little bit of chip damage in there just to annoy your opponent. P.E.K.K.A. here firing back as we get into double elixir time. All right. I'm curious to see what happens here. Last time, it felt like Ace got a little overwhelmed with dealing with the P.E.K.K.A. that he had kind of just kited around the map. So we'll see now with P.E.K.K.A. getting his own second P.E.K.K.A. down for a long walk, if that'll end up happening again. Ewiz goes behind, maybe looking for any sort of bats, knowing that the Inferno Dragon was already cycled the other side of the map. Ewiz does get on the Inferno Dragon, so an unfortunate placement there by Ace, and now Ace getting overrun all over the map. This is going to be game 2 of P.E.K.K.A. Always fun to run P.E.K.K.A. and win with the P.E.K.K.A. There's the 3 crown, and all of a sudden, it felt like Ace just got completely overwhelmed. And, you know, we called out the moment. It was when P.E.K.K.A. It just feels so weird to keep saying P.E.K.K.A. and then P.E.K.K.A. But when P.E.K.K.A. put down his second P.E.K.K.A., cycled in the back towards the right-hand lane, I really love the way that he layered his offense and his defense. So on the left-hand side, you know, he saw what was coming in. He dealt with it very efficiently, and he opted to use his E-Wiz to support his P.E.K.K.A. on the right-hand lane. Obviously seems kind of like a no-brainer. But with the Inferno Dragon down on the other side of the map, P.E.K.K.A. still is thinking, yeah, okay, Ace can get back around. He's going to get back around very soon and get another Inferno Dragon on top of my P.E.K.K.A. The second thing was that Ace, when he did get that second Inferno Dragon down, is he dropped the Bar Barrel late. So maybe he should have went Bar Barrel and then Inferno so that the E-Wiz would have been distracted. I don't know. He didn't separate the E-Wiz from the Inferno on that push on the right. So then he was distracted playing so much Elixir and so much defense towards that. Then he just got overrun in the left. A couple Baby Dragons, Bandit here and there. No way to deal with it. So really, really nice play there by P.E.K.K.A. to even things up here in King of the Hill. Hop over to the chat, see what's up. How you guys doing? Who you guys thinking? It's been pretty back and forth here. Obviously in King of the Hill, 2v2 was a pretty easy run through by Cream, but now we got P.E.K.K.A. up 4 Crushers. Doing well in game 1. He's going to be going up against Castillo from Cream. Who ya got? Got to request a card. What should I request, guys? Let's request some knights. Still need more knights on this account. It's my alt. The real question is which pro gives me the knights first? Probably no one. I'm going to get kicked out of the clan. All right, moments away from game number 3 in King of the Hill. Obviously, following this is going to be Imperial Esports going up against AK Syndicate. Oh, no one donated. No one donated. All right, here we go. Match 3. I like that new emote. I'm good with it. Supercell 10-year anniversary emote. Dr. Castillo gets the Goblin Cage down. P.E.K.K.A. opts to get his Lava Hound down. Probably just going to ignore that. Decides to, yes. Good idea. I'm not sure if Castillo is going to want that elixir back on defense. We'll find out. And there we go. P.E.K.K.A. just going all out. Lava Loon push. archers distracted by the Lava Hound. However, a great Mega Minion plus Goblin Cage allows that balloon to get one hit, distracted for a bit. Does it get the second? No, it does not. So pretty nice, I guess, salvage of defense there by Dr. Castillo, but still a rough start for him. He's pretty much even in Elixir. He's actually technically behind because of what's on the board, and he's down a lot of HP. Sir Clashton says, I'm repping Imperial. Well, I'm manager of Imperial Ace, so okay, alright. Seems fair, seems fair. Yeah, chat's quiet today. Usually we got a lot more chitter chatter, but you know, it's Monday. People are just starting their weeks. So you go, Barb's coming down the right-hand lane, deal with that graveyard pretty easily. Lava Hound comes down on the left. Dr. Castillo's got a lot to deal with here. I mean, he's basically just got the Mega Minion and Archers to defend these incoming massive air pushes, and he's got to save that cage to pull the balloon around. Now with the Mega Minion out of cycle... Okay, I like this. He gets super aggressive. Maybe a Zap comes down? Nope, doesn't need it. Baby Dragon stays healthy enough. Tower falls in the top left. Enough Elixir to get back down another Lava Hound, so maybe he tries to cycle. Oh, no, he goes Barbs plus Balloon in the pocket. No way to get to that Balloon. High Goblin Cage pulls it back, but those Barbarians are definitely doing a good job tanking. And one Balloon drop comes in. Should get at least one more. There it is. There's a second drop. Does it get the third? Does it just take the tower outright? It's about to with that Mega Minion. Nope, 30 HP. 30 HP. Maybe a cheeky Zap. There it is. Cheeky Zap comes down, takes two. And all of a sudden, Crushers Esports turning things around when it comes to head-to-head play here. And P.E.K.K.A on a really, really nice run with two very, very different decks. Lava Loon in Game 2 with Barbs, and of course, P.E.K.K.A Ram Rider in Game 1. Really, really well played here, and you know, I'm not sure that if these crowns will matter. I'm actually positive the crowns won't matter moving forward, but you know, 2 and 3 towers, that's 5 crowns in the last 2 games for P.E.K.K.A. And yeah, we see in the chat there, rip matchup. Couldn't agree more. That is a very, very rough matchup. You've got very little to deal with all the stuff in the sky. So let's get a refresh here on this. There we go. So check that out. You've got a poison Mega Minion, Archers, and a Goblin Hut, or Goblin Cage, excuse me, to deal with the oncoming Lava Hound, Balloon, Baby Dragon, Mega Minion, Fireball. Like, it just seems basically impossible to defend against that. What do you do? How do you defend it? Do you go hyper-aggressive in the opposite lane? Well, it's really tough because you get Barbarians that surround your graveyard. So what, you go Valkyrie Barbarians at the river? So that what, they play Barbarians down on their Princess Tower and a high Mega Minion? It's just a very, very difficult way to break on through. And then obviously having Poison to deal with the Barbarians instead of Fireball. Just a lot of things there, not bouncing Dr. Castillo's way. So that is going to be it. The set is now 2-2-1 in favor of Crushers Esports. Looks like we're having a little bit of, I wouldn't say debate, but just kind of a little bit going back and forth here between League Ops. Just to remind you guys of what is coming up next. We got AK Syndicate going up against Imperial. You see there, bottom or on the left-hand side of your screen, Imperial and AK Syndicate. Second match of the day. Take a look at the bracket as well. There's our bracket, dealing with the left-hand side of the bracket. The first matches of our week of the finals. I'm just going to call it finals week. So excited to see who's going to be moved forward on this side. And here we go. P.E.K.K.A versus Topic. Requesting the battle right now. Who you guys got? P.E.K.K.A's been playing really, really well. I like it. I like what I'm seeing out of this young man. There we go. Game underway. Let's do it. P.E.K.K.A representing Crushers Esports, bottom of your screen. Topic representing Cream on the top. That graphic actually on the left-hand side has not been correctly updated by our homeboys running the tourney, so we'll see if they can get that fixed up. Bands are correct, but the players are not. We got P.E.K.K.A on the bottom, Topic at the top. Obviously, Crushers Esports has been having a better time here in this King of the Hill set. Am I streaming tomorrow? Yeah, I am going to be streaming tomorrow. I'm going to be streaming tomorrow at the exact same time, streaming those other matches. And Shishi. Shihi. Yal Shihi. Yal Shihi. Alright, I tried. He should have pushed the other lane, but he didn't know if he had minions or not. Yeah, totally. You know. P.E.K.K.A. OP. True P.E.K.K.A. player wouldn't use lava. He's betraying the P.E.K.K.A. cult. Yeah, I know. It feels weird seeing a P.E.K.K.A. guy with the name of P.E.K.K.A. running Lava Hound. So Iwi is going to help clean that up a little bit. Baby Dragon does have to come down just to mitigate a little bit more damage and create, in turn, a bit of a counter push. Ram Rider comes down. I don't know if that Ram Rider was a good time to use one. I don't know if he should have maybe started to build a push or just maybe cycled a card. But instead goes for the 5 Elixir Ram Rider. Maybe recognizes that he wants it back around in his cycle after the next little exchange. Snowball almost allows that Brawler to connect, but really more about just cycling and getting Elixir off the board. Magic Archer is back. He took a little vacation, but he is definitely back into competitive play. Baby Dragon a little early, but, you know, it's aight. He was off the board for Topic, but Bandit here. Trying to get some pressure on that right-hand lane. Brawler there to catch the Bandit and turn, and does not stop the Ram Rider. So Ram Rider gets a charging connection on the left-hand side, and Topic gets his first little bit of real damage. So here we go, loading up at the river. I don't know if he forgot about his opponent's Mega Knight or if he wanted that Mega Knight to come out left-hand side so that he could get this Ram Rider to connect on the right. Goblin Cage is a great way to start your defense against Ram Riders, but the problem is with that slow, the Ram Rider connects when the Brawler is trying to catch up. So, excuse me, you saw the Snowball coming in a little bit late there from P.E.K.K.A. Needs to do that just a hair earlier, and now we get a Cannon Cart connection on the left-hand side. P.E.K.K.A. getting a bit overrun, along with the Barbarian connecting, so 1072 remains on that bottom left, and Topic here looks basically untouched. Yeah, we'll give the 500 damage to P.E.K.K.A. Let's give him the 500 damage. So Mega Knight should turn. And will the Mega Knight end up walking, though, in the right lane? Yes, it does. So Night Witch has to come down to catch that Bandit. Dual lane pressure coming in, but that Cannon Cart is so beefy. A Graveyard comes out, but I don't know about that Graveyard. It doesn't feel like you're going to get much out of it. You can't poison the Magic Archer. I guess the best thing, the silver lining for him there, is that he took the Magic Archer off the board. There we go, Ram Rider deep in the back. You know what a cough means. Yeah. So, once again, Brawler is there with the hut, but the Ram Rider still connects on the right-hand side. Now we get a real Graveyard push coming in for P.E.K.K.A. He does not want to go quietly. Cannon Cart should sneak up ahead. There we go. Bandit does not end up getting the dash through because that hut has to come down. Not an ideal hut to have to use, so Mega Knight now used to slow that Ram Rider, but it's getting help from the Battle Healer. Does it still connect? No, it does not. Battle Healer OP, but not as OP as it used to be. Here we go. Night Witch Graveyard push on the left-hand side. Skeleton's technically tanking for the Night Witch, but the Magic Archer is there to help clean up and help clean up those bats. Yeah, you see that. Hits the Night Witch, hits the bats. Technically can hit the skeletons as well. 10 seconds remain. 784 for P.E.K.K.A. 1191. Going to be just below 11, or around 11 for Topic. And P.E.K.K.A. falls here in game number 4. We're going to 5. We're doing it. It's going to be Topic versus the Alienist. I'm excited. Who do you guys got? Cream in a position to eliminate Crushers Esports. Crushers in a position to pull through to that final 1v1 set. And as of right now, they've been pretty even here when it comes to head-to-head play. Here are our stats provided to you courtesy of Stats Royale. You saw P.E.K.K.A. finally able to get those graveyards down. Was actually able to get 3 down by the end of regulation, or by the end of play, I should say. Did a pretty good job. You know, it was really tough. You look at this deck that's being run by Topic, and it's so beefy, dude. It's got so much health. Even the Ewiz is not the easiest dude to take off the board. It's not just like a fireball and he's gone. You got the Bandit, the Battle Healer, the Cannon Cart, and the Ram Rider. There's just a lot of beefiness going on there. And then the other thing is that because of how strong those units are, it was really tough for P.E.K.K.A. to pick and choose his most opportune moments to get that Mega Knight down on top of the pushers coming across the river. So you saw it was either like, look, you're going to either stop my Ram Rider or you're going to have to stop the push on the left. You're not going to stop both, so you're going to have to pick which one. So I'm going to overload at the river here, so you have to drop the Mega Knight on top of Battle Healer, you know, Cannon Cart, Magic Archer maybe, and then on the other side it's just a naked Ram Rider that connects through. So that was really, really smart play by Topic of figuring out the most effective way to use his elixir in splitting up his opponent. So I like that. I like that. Real CR says P.E.K.K.A. matchup or no? We get a response there saying yes from Al Shi. Yeah, I mean it's tough, right? You would think so because he has so many responses. But the problem is in that deck, the one thing you'll realize with P.E.K.K.A.'s deck is he doesn't really have a lot of high single target DPS. And that's where he really, really struggled, was getting that damage through into all those support units. And that's where a lot of Mega Knights were used to just kind of help mitigate the health of those support units coming across the river. So, 60 seconds till we get going here in game number 5. Let's make sure we fix this. Getting a little blurry. All right, here we go. You guys ready? I'm ready. Game 5, top of your screen, representing Cream Academy here. Yeah, I'm just going to say Cream. It's just easier for me. Other side of it, Crushers Esports trying to hang on for dear life after some great plays by P.E.K.K.A. But now the Alienist trying to close things out here in this King of the Hill and move on to 1v1. Just remind you of your bands, Sparky and Miner. Might be seeing Ram Rider going up against Graveyard. We shall see. Everything good audio, video-wise, guys? I know that I said it early on I was going to check in, but I actually didn't check in, so here we are checking in now an hour later. Bar Barrel should get a swing on that left-hand tower. Couple. There you go. Alien is the first to draw any real semblance of damage, I guess. Nah, that's not true. 2251 to 22. Oh, nope. Never mind. Snowball gives Topic the lead. The Nail Biter. Waller turns toward the Musketeer here. Skellies come down. Poison actually cleans up those Skellies, giving a little bit more value to that poison out of Topic, but, you know, just Skellies, just one. And a nice Barb Barrel Kite here to go opposite lane, keep that Baby Dragon at bay. Instead of kiting, obviously, or instead of trying to defend in the same lane, the Kite obviously allows for the Princess Towers to get just a little bit more damage in. So there's the Mega Knight coming out for Topic. Trying to get that leap on through to the Musketeer. Misses the Snowball. I don't know if the Snowball was there to just mitigate damage on the Musketeer or if he was looking for the Skeletons. I think he was looking for the Skellies. That would have been a 200 IQ play, and I would have loved it. Everyone says audio is good. First Ram Rider, Cage is better. Played middle of the lane. Imperial Chat Takeover. Hype, hype. Imperial getting ready to go. Got AK Syndicate next. Waiting to see who they're going to be facing off if they do win this first set of playoffs in the quarterfinals. So you go, Graveyard does come down. Pretty ineffective Graveyard, but, you know, maybe just trying to get a little bit of elixir out of his opponent on the back end instead of right there at the river to double down on this push behind the Mega Knight. Decides not to let the Ewiz go. And a high Goblin Cage, but there wasn't actually any elixir to pull the trigger on the Graveyard, so maybe Topic getting a little too precautious, but here he goes, doubling down, battling, winning the battle here at the river. Trying to get anything out of it, but I just don't think it's going to be much. Minute 45 remains. Alienist in the slightest of leads by about 250 HP. Mega Knight down will leap. leaps to the Knight instead of the Skeletons, and the Mega Knight is getting the splash damage on the tower. That is a huge misplay by Alienist. Alienist doing everything he could, trying to get those Skeletons just a little closer. He just needed to get them one tile closer, I think, to the left, and then that Mega Knight would have turned towards them as opposed to the Knight. Then the Knight would have gotten away from the Princess Tower, but that was a huge exchange for Topic. Baby Dragon's on the tower with that poison. Ewiz comes down to reset. Bar Barrel there to help. Baby Dragon back on the tower. 1064, 1241. 60 seconds remain. There it is, the triple elixir. Who's gonna pay off for the most? I mean, obviously they're both running graveyard here, but got a little bit more beefiness on Topic side of the map. Bomb tower finally comes out, help defend. Maybe a poison on defense, plus maybe a Skellies to catch. Nope, Knight comes down instead. There's a defensive poison. Topic back in the lead. Alienist with a counter push. Baby Dragon at the river. Mega Knight there to meet. Gonna have to play something else on the front end here. I don't know. I wonder if that Knight came down, if the Mega Knight would have actually turned around or not. 647. Poison's coming in. Topic still in the lead. It looks like he is actually going to take this one. 10 seconds remain. No way to get another real graveyard out. There's the poison from Alienist. Now, nothing there to support this graveyard. 429. 431. 2 HP. Topic takes it. Oh my gosh. And just like that, Crushers Esports is eliminated by 2 HP. A poison tick graveyard, 2 HP. Oh my good God. That was insane. That was absolutely insane. Congrats to Cream. Oops. Let's hop over here to that. Sorry about that. Wow, that was beautiful. Just a battle of wits there. Battles at the river. Poison cycling as fast as you could. That Mega Knight leaping through on the tower somehow ended up being it. That had to do it. That had to be it. That was the first moment where he started to break through. And then Alienist was just, I mean, he wasn't in trouble. I won't say he's in trouble at all. He was really trying to keep it up. It was just a lot for him to deal with. So there's our stats. You see 4 graveyards coming out from Topic, 3 from the Alienist. And, you know, obviously not a mirror matchup. Very different decks. Same win condition, but beautiful, beautiful plays all the way across the board. Whew, man, that was a Born burner. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, guys, so we got our second matchup of the day coming up in just a moment. I'm going to hop over here so you guys can take a look really, really quickly. You can see here now Crushers being eliminated. Cream is going to move up into that next spot in the bracket. They're going to play the winner here of Imperial versus AK Syndicate. Very excited to see who is going to come out on top and who is going to be moving and battling one step closer, if you will. So here we go. There's our preview of match 2, AK Syndicate, Imperial from Germany. I'm Andrew Guy, and I'll be back in just a minute. I'll let you guys take a look at these positions, play some music for you, and we'll be back for match number 2. Bye. All right, here we are. We are back. We are back once again. We're about to start the first set here. AK Syndicate going up against Imperial Esports. I'm hoping that this works, but if it doesn't, don't hold it against me. But I think, there we go. Kind of. Let's try this. Let's do that. Nope. There we go. Results. Let's do this. Reset. No. Ah, Drew. Now you're just falling apart. I was trying to show you guys the lineups, but here we are. How about I just tell you to them? How about I just tell them to you? We got 2v2 coming up first here. We got Big Bad Julesy versus SB going up against Arcan and King. Poison and Giant Skeleton's the ban for the day in 2v2. I really like those bans. I think Giant Skeleton is kind of a no-brainer must ban now here when it comes to the 2v2 set. And then also, when it comes to Poison, Swarm. Let's go. Here we go. Match scene. 2v2. AK Syndicate. Imperial Esports. Let's do it. Here we go. Big Bad Julesy and SB representing Imperial. There you got the ban on the Poison. Archon and King. Obviously the top of your screen. representing AK Syndicate with the ban on Giant Skeleton. Here we go. This is a big one. They obviously know who they're going to be facing off against in Cream Academy. Cream Real Betis, or I don't know. Someone help me. Someone help me. I think you run the lineup because I'm bad at doing things. Has nothing to do with you, man. So, just basically even here starting out. Trying to go for that King Tower activation. Does get it. Really, really nice Tornado King Tower activation. Learning that new interaction with the new mechanics of the Tornado, which seems to have an incredibly, incredibly high win rate right now. Sparky and Tornado seem to be two of the biggest cards in the game. That Tornado's still incredibly powerful, and then Sparky now kind of screaming, I need a nerf. So looking like a lot of graveyard aspects here from Imperial. Royal Delivery going to come in and help clean up that Musketeer plus Ice Wiz. Really, really great exchange there. A little bit of leaked elixir at the bottom of your screen. You see that 3.8, but at the top you see 7.5 and 6.3. So a lot of elixir leaked here from AK Syndicate. Will that end up... I don't know. Will that come back to him? You got 10 elixir leaked at the bottom of your screen. Top of your screen, you got about, 14. Bomb Tower going to help clean all that up really, really nicely, although giving a ton of fireball value to King with that Musketeer and Ice Wiz lining up with the Bomb Tower and the Princess Tower. The Bomb Tower comes out in kind. Not going to be able to connect to that with the Dark Goblin. Going to go walk left-hand lane, but should get a little bit of damage on that Baby Dragon. Meanwhile, the Mega Knight in the right-hand lane is just going to fall. So a little bit of damage done here by AK Syndicate, but really nothing that can't be made up in just one nice offensive push by Imperial. So NATO going to bring all that together, try to get that Mega Knight on top of the Cannon Cart, get that splash damage. Unfortunately, though, the Mega Knight turns around, so the Cannon Cart's still very healthy. This could be a huge moment for AK Syndicate. High Dark Prince. Freeze takes care of the Bomb Tower, Dark Goblin, and Princess, but guards are still there with Baby Dragon to help out. Double Dragon coming down the lane, definitely getting a little bit of tankage there for this graveyard. AK Syndicate still out to a healthy about 500 HP plus lead. They do not pull the trigger on the graveyard that time, expecting the Mega Knight to come down. So will they drop another Mega Knight of their own? Yes, they do. Syndicate drops their Mega Knight. Now need to play some very, very stout defense here. NATO brings everything together, but doesn't actually get the splash damage on the tower like Imperial was hoping for. Cannon Cart Graveyard at the river. Hyper-aggressive. Cannon Cart tanking for that tower. Freeze comes in. Skeleton's starting to add up. Tower down below 800. That was a huge blow by AK Syndicate. Archon and King now really pulling away, pulling into the lead. A great fireball NATO, though, by their opponents. Evening this up. There's the freeze. That is going to do it. Wow. Wow. SB and Big Bad Julesy steal it in the final seconds, sneaking in that freeze at the very, very end. Man, sometimes you pull the trigger on a freeze early in a game and you get a lot out of it, and it felt like that's what AK Syndicate did. However, Imperial holding on to that freeze till the final seconds. They somehow survive that last big push put on, and then they get that freeze in on the tower. Beautiful. That was great. Absolutely great. Let's go. Big Bad Julesy here saying they need a couple minutes. Their mics are not working, so we'll give them a minute. We might as well after that play. Wow, I love that though. I mean, that's exactly what you want to do when you're holding on to a freeze, when you have moments like that. You know, obviously Graveyard Freeze is one of the, we all know it. The synergy's there. It's been used time and time again, but when you can surprise your opponents with a freeze like that in such an insanely, just an insane high pressure moment. All of a sudden, if your opponent hasn't been thinking about that freeze for so long and they've kind of figured out, all right, this is how we like to do our defense. This is what we like to do. This is, you know, we'll get a Dark Goblin in the back. We'll get a Baby Dragon on the tower. We'll drop our guards late. Like, this is great. But all of a sudden, you get that late freeze. And, trouble. Trouble, trouble, trouble. SB and Big Bad Jules, you ready to go? Imperial up 1 game here in our first set of our second match of the day. Man, that was a good one. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. Here we go. AK, or Archon, excuse me, and King trying to bounce back here for AK Syndicate. Game number 2. I loved it. And I know there's a lot of Imperial people in the chat, so let's get some hype in the chat for that beautiful, beautiful freeze. How you guys feeling about the Battle Healer? I know I asked earlier, but we didn't really talk in depth about it. It feels like she's in a better place. I still think she's a little overpowered, but I don't think it's anything worth maybe looking at yet. I don't know. What do you guys think? I haven't played... I've never actually used her much. So for those of you guys that have maybe played against her a lot or have played with her a lot, what are your thoughts on the balance changes? Because, you know, I've been seeing an okay amount of Battle Healer, and we've still seen the Stinky Cheese a couple times in the new meta, so I think I'm okay with it. Heal Spirit. Always happy to see Heal Spirit. I think Heal Spirit should almost always be used in 2v2. It just seems like such a good card. Just to help with cycle and to get some of those last second heals in could be huge. I mean, unless... yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Freeze, says Manuel S. At least that's how I read it. How did you write it? Mega Minion E-Dragon having the most boring battle in the world at the river. That's not true. We all know the most boring battle at the river is like 2 Ice Wizards or 2 Giant Skeletons. Yeah, what is the most boring battle at the river? I think it's 2 Ice Wizards. I'm gonna go with that. Maybe 2 Battle Healers? That sounds horrible. Alright, so here we go. Golem coming out for Imperial. Will it be the double golem deck? Will they try to cycle their golems? Will they try to double down on golems? That's the one thing that was, you know, we didn't actually talk about is the cycling of your golems. Whereas, you know, a lot of times you started to see just people double dropping them at the river or just dropping the second one right when the first one crossed the river. But the idea that the first one deals with a lot and then you drop the second one before your DPS crosses the river or the bridge is huge. And you see right now, like, even though it was really adequately defended, they spent so much elixir on it, this is going to be a big blow for Imperial. You know, raged up 2 Golemites and a few bats, it does a lot of damage. And now with this great Golem cycle they have going on, one of their players can support. So now you see Golem comes down from SB, so then Night Witch comes down from Big Bad Julesy. Let's support this Golem. When we get to the river, Big Bad Julesy is going to drop his second Golem. And now AK Syndicate's in a really tough spot of not being able to drop, I believe, their graveyard. There's another defensive freeze now. Haven't been able to use that freeze offensively. Definitely not going to surprise anyone with it. A Rocket now starting to come down. Rocket NATO pulls everything together, and Imperial Esports is going to take this game. What a beautiful use of just holding these spells in your back pocket until the most opportune moment. And now it doesn't matter what Syndicate does. It doesn't matter what Archon and King do because that Rocket is going to be back around really, really soon. So you get the King Tower activation with the NATO there, a bit of a mental misplay. Now you got the King Tower helping out with all of these units. They can drop everything that they have right around their Princess Tower, waiting just to get that Rocket back down. There's the Rocket, a beautiful 2-set sweep by Imperial. Second game felt a lot closer than the first. Well, I don't know. because the first one it felt like they were going to lose, and then they came back from behind. So I'm just incredibly impressed by SB and Big Bad Julesy. I love their communication. I loved their deck building, and I loved almost more than anything was their patience. It was all about their patience and figuring out when exactly is the best moment to kind of go all in on these pushes. And when is the best to go all in on all these spells. So let's take a look over there. Sorry about that. Here we go. Couple freezes came out, both defensive from AK Syndicate. They both had their graveyards. You see only one graveyard came down between the two of them, whereas on the other side of it, you see 3 golems coming out, and that's really all they needed. 3 golems. You saw the very first one where they cycled them, and then the second time they were able to just drop the 1 and get enough breaking on through, excuse me, that NATO rocket. Beautiful play. That was the first time we saw the rocket from SB. He just waited. And also, you see there, it's Big Bad Julesy with the tornado. So that was a beautiful little moment of communication between the 2v2 players of Imperial where he goes, all right, you got that in your hand. I got this in my hand. I'm going to tornado. You're going to rocket. They're clearly on headsets. And that is why it is so important to have that communication in 2v2. So here we go. Oh, that's weird. See if I can fix that. Sorry about that, guys. Do that. We'll do that. Hey, that looks better. So, next up, King of the Hill. Obviously, AK Syndicate down 1 set. They do not want to lose this set or they're going to be eliminated from the Gems tournament. Imperial in a great spot, but will they be able to hang with the head-to-head play of AK Syndicate? That's something they've been known a little bit more for. So we're going to go Titan, BK Paolo, and SB coming out for Imperial. The other side of it, Carl the Legend, Michifu, and Royal. I don't know if you've maybe ever heard of Michifu. And then I don't know if that's the true Royal or not, but if it is, those are some definite CRL standouts. And this is going to be a very, very interesting and tough set for Imperial. I'm excited. I mean, those are some names. Those are some names right there, man. You see bans at the top of your screen. Imperial banning Musketeer this time. AK Syndicate going with the Sparky. First miner we've seen in this match. Banned in the 2v2 set. So Heal Spirit, Ice Golem, and Log so far with Earthquake. Probably going to see Hog Rider here from Titan. And there we go. Aggressive, giant, brawler, Mega Minion at the river. Hunter there to catch and meet everything. Should make pretty easy work of all of this and actually get a decent counter push. Oh, nope, never mind. Dark Prince does not stay alive. Really, really wanted that to get the Ice Golem up front, and then Carl would have been probably in a little bit of trouble. But now this becomes a much more manageable push. And you see he does it very, very cheaply with a great surround by the skeletons. Takes a little bit of damage there from the Ice Golem and is in a great elixir position. So really, really well played there by Carl. Zach M says, damn, an hour late. That's all right, man. That's all right. Sherry says, it's the real Royal. So, man, that's tough. That's tough. I thought it was because I know he's been in that clan. I've been on my friends list for a while, and for Imperial now to take this head-to-head set, or this King of the Hill set, having to take down Michifu and Royal along the way is really tough, considering the amount of respect those guys get in the pro level. At the pro level, I should say. So it is going to be the Royal Hogs here from Titan. Pretty easy to guess that when you see those first 4 cards. It's going to be some sort of Rida. Or Hog, I should say. So no one's riding the Royal Hogs. Why am I talking? Zach M says, I just got Miner and Balloon. I'm getting crushed with them, though. Not sure how to use them yet. Yeah, Miner and Balloon is one of those strongest combinations in the game, man. Get that. You could drop a, send in your Miner, drop the Balloon at the river. If you got a Zap, you can retarget that tower onto your Miner if you drop the Balloon first. It's just all about getting that Miner to tank for your Balloon. And a really, really nice heads-up play. Giant triple spell gets the Fireball and the Zap down to clean up that 3 Muskie push. So 3 Muskie Royal Hogs going up against Giant Miner triple spell. Carl, though, has a lot of responses. He's got the Cage, he's got the Fireball, he's got the Zap. He's got a lot of great ways to deal with the 2 win conditions here from Titan. A little bit of chip damage on the left-hand side. Big push coming down on the right. Titan getting a little overwhelmed, but that Hunter is putting in work. Miner to the back. So we find ourselves pretty even. Earthquake plus Royal Hog is going to get countered by the Brawler plus the Log. High Ice Golem here to keep that Hunter alive, keep that Hunter safe. A great play with that Heal Spirit to, again, keep the Hunter alive for just a second longer, and that was the success. That was the key to success right there by Titan, was keeping that Hunter alive. There you go, Skelly's come down, maybe a late log. No log this time from Carl. Carl taking just a little bit more damage than he did last time, maybe opting to save 2 more elixir, trying to get a fireball down. There it is, fireball plus zap to take the Hunter off the board. He knew that was his biggest threat every single time he came across the river, and that might have done it. Miner to the back of the tower. Giant does, I believe, get a punch in. Carl calling good game. And it is going to be a good game. He's got enough there in the 3 spells to take that tower down. A really great recognition of going, all right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hold on to that elixir. I'm going to not defend those hogs 100%. And I'm going to save that elixir to use a fireball plus to take that Hunter off the board. And I'm going to win the game. So a really nice mid-game adjustment there by Carl the Legend, taking game number 1 here in King of the Hill. And also giving AK Syndicate their very first win of the day. So here we go. Here are our stats. 9 miners came out, 5 giants. The spells, those spells definitely add up. You see there, 44 elixir, though, spent in spells from his opponent because of the Heal Spirit, the Earthquake, and the fact that he got out 9 logs. But it was about the way, the effectiveness of Carl the Legend's spells and the way that he decided when to use them. And again, I love what he did there at the end of that game when he recognized that Hunter is killing me. I need to deal with it, and I need to deal with it now. But how do I get to it? Oh, I know how to get to it. Fireball plus. Let's do that. And it ends up being, I believe, at least in my mind, the reason that he won that game. So there we go. Next match coming up in just a second. Looks like our referee needs a half second. And here we go. Game number 2 underway. BK Paolo stepping in for Imperial. Carl the Legend still at the top of your screen here for AK Syndicate with 1 win in his back pocket. So Carl going Lava in the back, recognizing that the biggest punish card is now out of cycle. And they had the elixir to deal with whatever he wants to support or defend. So we'll see now. BK Paolo just goes Inferno left. Probably going to go Hog Rider plus right, I would think. But maybe he just decides not to. Yep, there's the Hog Rider. I'm going to say he really needs to get a little bit of pressure in. So now we see Carl going very offensive. Royal Delivery pushes it back. Bat's going to come in. Zap comes down, and that will get 1 big drop. That is a really nice sequence of events there for Carl the Legend. Very patient. But here you see that Royal Delivery tanking for those Spear Goblins. So not really what he wanted out of that exchange. Only ahead, actually, excuse me, behind now by 32. But he does have damage on both towers. So both guys resetting here. Goblin Cage comes down early. Maybe we'll see an aggressive Hog Rider plus Knight on the left-hand side. Maybe he... Yeah, I was going to say he's actually going to have to go right, because if he goes Hog Rider Knight into the same lane, then his opponent's going to get a big counter push. He needs to create pressure on the opposite lane, even though it has so much less damage on it. So there you go. Hog Rider, Knight, Bats, all going in the right-hand lane. Hog Rider's definitely going to get a few swings in, so this is a great moment, excuse me, for Paolo to even things up. Just holding on to that Royal Delivery, making sure that the balloon can't break on through. Got to get some elixir back in his hand, so let's see if he holds here for a second before he decides to go Hog Rider again in the opposite lane. There it is, Hog Rider. So there it is, Royal Delivery plus the Brawler, and you still see a Hog connection. Balloon not getting tanked for by that Mega Minion. Yes, the Zap does come in, but Balloon's going to take enough damage that it won't matter. Brawler comes in on the right-hand side, brings that to actually the lower of Paolo's 2 towers, and Paolo back on the offensive here with the Hog Rider. Carl having a really difficult time keeping up with this cycle, and now just a log and earthquake away. Carl calls it a good game with 17 seconds left. He knows he cannot get down another Lava Hound push that will break on through and do at least 1,200 damage. So really, really nice play here by BK Paolo. But now, I think the really interesting moment comes up, which is we got Michifu and Royal coming out for AK Syndicate. And don't get me wrong, I think Paolo played a great game there. But Michifu and Royal are 2 of the more respected players in CRL, 2 of some very respected players from CRL. I'm very excited to see what happens here in the next game, and also excited to call their matches. So here we go. Let's take a look at the stats. Provided by Stats Royale. Stats Royale. 6 Hog Riders come down for BK Paolo, just keeping up the pressure. 2 Lava Hounds were no match for the 3 Inferno Towers that came out from Paolo. The Balloons did come in, and he did get a nice connection on both sides, but that Royal Delivery, Bats, and Spear Goblins just giving just enough support in the skies to make it so he was able to hold on to that game. Guys, we got 50 people here in the chat hanging out watching the Gems quarterfinals. I appreciate you all being here. If you don't know who I am, you don't know who's talking, I'm Andrew Guy, one of the casters for CRL West and the CRL World Finals. I do it with my buddy Rich Slayton, and we're very excited to get going here on CRL West once again, hopefully here sometime in the May. And I also stream, so if you guys like that, you can follow me on... Oh my gosh, shut up, Andrew, shut up. Michifu starting off aggressive. Royal Hogs at the river. Paolo responds. Goblin cage, and I'll let you guys know where you guys can follow me. So Michifu from Pain. Royal obviously from Immortals. Megamite comes down to support that. Magic Archer. Royal Hogs are background in cycle, so we'll see if Michifu tries to go offensive once he deals with this Mega Knight. Magic Archer gets a few hits through on the left-hand side. Paolo out to the lead right now, but now a Hunter plus Royal Hogs on the right-hand side for Michifu. Decides not to play his Heal Spirit behind. And Bandit connects on the right-hand side. Heal Spirit to catch the Brawler on the left. Michifu happy to let these towers kind of even up in damage. In turn to get a 2 elixir lead. Michifu leaking a little bit of elixir there, waiting to get that Earthquake in range. Magic Archer supported by this Mega Knight. Paolo going back on the offensive. See your Royal Hogs come down. Yes, there they are. Royal Hogs behind the Mega Knight. Mini P.E.K.K.A up front. And now we have a Hunter plus the Royal Delivery in turn to respond. And pretty good counter push from Michifu. How's Paolo going to respond? Maybe Mega Knight on top of everything. Has to go EU as high. Mega Knight obviously not back around yet. That was one of those moments, though, where you want your Mega Knight so badly to drop on top of everything. Paolo getting a little bit more poison value here. Playing very, very well. Very patient. MK in the back. Michifu immediately goes. Royal Hogs, Mini P.E.K.K.A, Heal Spirit, left-hand lane. Mega Knight, though, going to leap towards all of that, and the Mini P.E.K.K.A is going to turn. Michifu now maybe in a little bit of trouble overspending on that. Now he's got a lot on the board coming his way. The 3-1 split. Royal Hogs on that right-hand tower. Magic Archer going to be piercing on through. Michifu seems to have made a huge mental mistake. Ooh, not quite getting the leap from that Mega Knight that he wanted. Paolo doing a great job of just getting any value when and where he can from his spells. So now with this full up again, maybe you see a poison. There it is. Poison down. Now he's got the Goblin Cage up, and he's got a healthy amount of elixir. Bandit there to protect the Magic Archer for just a second. Allows the second Magic Archer to come down. Goblin Brawler populates the map, and Paolo is playing this perfectly. Yeah, I agree. Real CR says Paolo's patience is amazing. I could not agree more. He is so happy to keep taking these. And look at that. Bandit goes backwards, but still up on the tower. Michifu dropping anything and everything he can. He recognizes he just spent way too much elixir. BK Paolo takes down Carl the Legend and Michifu. I love it. I love it. Such good plays there. Oops. Man, I got to stop doing that. Falling apart here. Falling apart at the seams. Paolo gets 6 poisons down and 5 snowballs for a total of 34 elixir spent. Obviously, his opponent spends 33 elixir in change with his Heal Spirit and his Earthquakes. But here's the thing. Paolo is getting spell damage on the tower almost every single time he dropped one of those spells. And Michifu just got put into a really uncomfortable position of like, all right, when do I send in my Royal Hogs? Because he's got this Mega Knight. I can't really split them because of the Goblin Cage. He's got this Magic Archer that can cross the entire map if I do split the Royal Hogs. Really tough and no big spell, right? That becomes one of the biggest things when you're playing against cards like Magic Archer, like Royal Hogs. If you don't have a big spell like Michifu didn't, you can find yourself in a lot of trouble trying to defend when you get in double and triple elixir time. All right, so what I was saying is that if you guys are here, please. Yeah, it was a terrible matchup for Michifu. I agree. Like I said, don't have a big spell to deal with the Magic Archer, deal with the Royal Hogs. You know, I guess the Royal Delivery plus the Magic Archer might be the best because they have the most splash damage, but Paolo still played very, very well. So yeah, like I was saying, guys, if you guys like hanging out here, if you want to catch the rest of the matches, I will be dual streaming on YouTube and on MadCat TV, so you make sure to please go follow me on madcat.tv. I'll be hosting tournaments there as well, $100 tournaments, so, you know, maybe win a little bit of money. Who knows? You could. Just a little bit longer here before we get going on our next match. Sherry says, I don't remember iReal. He's in tribe. All right. Well, I'm learning stuff right now as well. So here we go. Next matchup. Paolo on a run. Going up against Royal. Royal, he used to kind of be the Golem God, but a lot has changed since then. Not only did Golem kind of fall out of the meta, but we haven't seen a lot of competitive play from Royal in a while. One of my favorite players in all of CRL. So, Log Plus, deal with that Magic Archer. Maybe support on this Princess? Nope, no support on the Princess. Bats come down to deal with that Flying Machine, and now we get a push. Would have been maybe cool to see if Paolo went on the inside middle tile there, if he was able to tank for both towers. Maybe Royal wouldn't have been as comfortable to throw down that Mega Knight had he get, you know, those skeletons tank for in the right-hand lane, but, you know, who knows? Maybe it would have been trying to do too much. So a fun and interesting Wall Breakers bait deck here from Paolo. Obviously, you see where all the log bait comes in with the Wall Breakers, the Princess, the Skeleton Barrel, and, of course, the Rascals. And then you've also got Zap bait in there, or small spell bait for, of course, the Wall Breakers, the Bats, and the Skelly Barrel. So, fun. I like it. So there you go. Royal decides to Barb Barrel that. See if Paolo figures out any way to punish him. And Imperial now in a really, really great spot to just, you know, sweep Syndicate and move on. The semis. Royal here needs to pull off both these wins, and then AK Syndicate, whoever comes out in the 1v1, needs to take that set. So this time, the Wall Breakers are going to connect on the right-hand side. BK Paolo happy with that, but still recognizing that his opponent's okay to sacrifice that damage because the healthier tower is on the right-hand side. So bar barrel down, immediately followed with the scaly barrel. This time, do we see the miner support, or does he have to go all out on defense? Looks like he's going to actually go miner on defense with the log here. Bomb tower comes out as well, wants to save those rascals for that Mega Knight, and Flying Machine does not connect with those very, very last second bats. Fetus says Imperial destroying AK Syndicate. Yeah, I mean, as of right now, AK Syndicate is definitely in trouble. Here we go, Royal Hog's right with a Magic Archer to support. There's the bomb tower, there's the log. Bats come in to help with that Magic Archer, and very little damage comes in for Royal. Royal, however, still in the lead. Wall breakers do not connect on the right-hand side. Ewiz plus bar barrel. Princess getting a little bit of chip. $10.60 to $12.77. Paolo does not have any way to really get direct damage on tower other than a log or the miner, whereas Royal here has the earthquake. Wall breakers. Oh, man. That was incredibly close. Nothing there. Paolo spends too much on offense on the left-hand side. Now pays for it on the right. Royal going to take this tower. 86 HP remaining. Just an earthquake away. Paolo calls good game, and now all of a sudden it's going to be SB going up against Royal in game number 5 here. AK Syndicate hanging on for dear life. Imperial trying to shut the door. And a very, very good game there. Well played by Royal. Really good job of playing patient, recognizing that overspend by his opponent on the left-hand side. He commits full on to the right in the last minutes, and a huge push coming in. You got the Royal Hogs plus the Earthquake, and the only thing that Paolo had was a very, very late bomb tower to respond. So Royal showing us why he is one of the best, why most everyone in the CR community knows his name, but doing it with a different deck. So we are now tied up 2-2 in King of the Hill. Obviously, a lot more on the line for our homeboys over at AK Syndicate. Down 1 set, tied up. King of the Hill, game 5. It's going to be SB going up against Royal. It's like a slight confusion here from our... Yep. For our referee. Yeah, SB versus Royal. Going to be starting here in just a minute. Who do you guys got? Who do you got? Obviously, Royal seems like the easy pick, you know? Former CRL Pro, gone to World Finals, WCG champions, all these things and above. But Imperial, they're hungry. Let's go. So some quick baity cards here from SB coming out, along with the Hog Rider. Royal, maybe going Lumberloon. Inferno. And a freeze. Wow, that's very interesting. So this balloon will not get a drop. It will get death damage, but Royal has already shown that he's gotten freeze in his hand. So it means he probably doesn't have a very, very, effective set of 2 spells. It's probably just freeze and zap. And then, of course, SB knows he has that freeze. Can't surprise him now. It's going to be something he's always waiting, always thinking about. So maybe he goes, it's going to be all about layering his defenses here between the bats and the spear goblins. And of course, that Royal Delivery, great defense against air. Royal Delivery, really the best response. It's the only one of those 3 options that will give you a true counter push. Whereas like bats and spear goblins just going to get eaten alive. Ghost supports the Valkyrie with some spear goblins. Lumberjack not going to be able to cross the river. He had to do it. He had to die on the bridge just to defy me. And there's the balloon. Enough elixir for sure for that Inferno Tower. So there we go. High Inferno Tower and a Hog down immediately from SB. Mega Knight, though, in response. And now in double elixir. Only a couple elixir ahead is SB, and of course that Mega Knight is on the board. Royal now in a position to try to fire back. We go double dragon, lumberjack, balloon coming down the lane for Royal. You see SB throw that hog off to the right. Balloon pushed to the side. That is incredibly unfortunate. The dragons kind of guide that balloon right onto the tower, and they are very healthy, and it's going to take a lot on the king tower here as well. That, I believe, might just straight up do it. Balloon gets another drop. 10:43 remaining on that tower. Nothing to go right lane. Hog Rider comes out last seconds. You're going to see an Earthquake as well, maybe. Just try to get some damage in. There's the Earthquake. Hog Rider hit comes in. 157. So close, and you see a little bit of BM there from Royal. Oh, man. That was tough. Those balloons, or that balloon in the left-hand lane just did anything and everything that it wanted. It had a mind of its own. Oh, rough one for Imperial. So here we go. SB gets 5 of those Hog Riders out. Inferno Towers are doing a great job. He honestly was doing a really great job of defending. You do have Royal here with Mega Knight, Balloon, Triple Spell. Obviously, the Lumberjack, they're going to add in Rage as well, but it was really about that weird interaction at the river with the 2 dragons pushing the balloon away from a far Inferno Tower. Maybe SB should have played it in a little bit safer spot, but obviously trying to avoid as much damage as he could from those ensuing dragons. Yeah, let's get an F in the chat there for our boy SB, who played that really well, but yeah, just not what he wanted. So we're going to take a quick 2-minute break for these guys to figure out who's going to come out in the 1v1 set. So I'm actually going to take a very quick break, and I will be back as soon as I possibly can for our final set and our final match of the day. I shall be right back. All right, here we go. 1v1 AK Syndicate Imperial. Wow, what a back and forth today. AK Syndicate just drops the first 2 games easy in the 2v2 set. Imperial looked dominant there, and then we go into the King of the Hill, and Carl the Legend picks up 1 win there for AK Syndicate, kind of breathing a little bit of life, and then Royal closes out the last 2. It looked like Paolo was going to shut the door on AK Syndicate for Imperial there, but Royal had something else to say, and then SB with some horrible luck with defending that last balloon push that Royal sent in. And then, of course, just because it adds a little bit of flavor, we got a little bit of BM from Royal, which is honestly, that's pretty on brand for our boy. Coach Try says, hey, Andrew, what's up, man? How you doing? Good to see you. Been a while. Creamer Crushers won. Yes, Cream did win. Y'all were doubting my boy Royal. Yeah, I mean, Royal is very, very, very good. He just, I'll be honest, though, it does feel like he got a little bit lucky with that push. But, like I said, you know, he put his opponent in a rough position. You know, he couldn't get that Inferno Tower a little closer to his Princess Tower, a little higher up, because he was trying to protect it from all the other ensuing troops that were defending, or, I mean, supporting Royal's push but with that balloon. And Dragons just kind of pushed the balloon away. We've all had it happen to us. I've just never had it happen to me in a tournament playing against Royal. This is just not an opportune moment. So, what are you guys thinking? Quesadillas, what's up, brother? How you doing? Good to see you. Last set of our last match of the day. AK Syndicate takes the King of the Hill after dropping 2 in a row to Imperial Esports in that 2v2 set. But now it's all set back up to 0-0-0. And I gotta admit, it does feel like AK Syndicate has just a little bit more power here in the 1v1 set based off the stars on their team. Who do you bring out? I think you go Paolo, but doesn't Paolo just run into Royal again? I don't know. But I can't wait to find out. Right now, we are just waiting for those bans and the rosters. Obviously, it is going to be another BO3 set with 1v1 bans. You guys know how it works. 1 player from each team. That's it. First 1 to 2 wins. Hi, Andrew, big fan, says Sherry. What's up, Sherry? I'm a big fan of you too, man. I've been seeing you in tournaments and online and in Twitter. I've been seeing you for a long time, man. So I'm really happy to have you here. Are you not with Tribe anymore, or are you? Not 100% sure. It looks like you are, maybe from your logo, but I'm also blind. But glad you're here, man. Really, really do appreciate it. So here we go, guys. I actually was completely wrong with my picks, and I'm okay with it because I'm surprised. We're going to see In Thrill, it looks like, In Thrill, going up against Michifu. So maybe Royal not wanting to play more. It feels like he did what he needed to do in King of the Hill. Michifu feeling like he didn't get a true shot at what he wanted in the 1v1, in head-to-head play. So he comes out in the 1v1. And then In Thrill coming out for Imperial. Kind of surprising there for me, but maybe he is their best head-to-head player. But he wasn't in the King of the Hill. So let's find out. There's the bans. In Thrill, Imperial banning Magic Archer, Michifu for AK Syndicate banning, of course, the Sparky. Sparky has been I don't think we've seen Sparky at all today in this match. Is that correct? Wasn't in 2v2 and it was banned, so. I'm Trill. All right. But it says In Thrill. Oh, you're with Empowered now. Okay, gotcha, Sherry. Congratulations. Imperial, not Empowered. What is wrong with me? Imperial. So Michifu going quick bait. Looking like somewhat classic, you know? We've seen a lot of versions with the Knight, obviously, and the Princess, with the interchanging card being either the Inferno, the Bomb, or the Tesla for defense. In Thrill reverse swept Team Liquid. All right, good to know. So In Thrill is a god. Everyone's saying he is so damn OP. All right, I'm excited. To see this. That's what I want to hear in the chat, guys, when I say someone's name. So In Thrill in a great position. Make an even bigger name for himself. Apparently he swept Team Liquid. Now going up against Michifu, CRL Pro. Poison there, gonna get some nice value on everything. Baby Dragon gonna get on the tower. A couple belches in. Knight, easy trade there, and also getting a nice counter push. Bar barrel, no, just Mega Minion. Instead, still just holding on to that barrel. Feeling very confident about his defense. Now we're gonna see when he decides to pull the trigger on his graveyard. Can be a very, very tough matchup. Nice bar barrel there, goes to the inside. Michifu doing what he should do when your opponent's playing bar barrels, try to stagger where you're sending your Goblin Barrel to see if one of those can survive by a Bar Barrel down the center. They're trying to snipe Sparky against Enthrill. Saying he's OP because we don't lie and we're from Imperial. I like that. And as of right now, he's doing well. Got himself in a nice 400 HP lead. Still hasn't played his win condition. Michifu. I wouldn't say in a great place having to deal with all the splash damage, the building there, the Bar Barrel. This feels like the moment where we're finally going to see that win con come down. Quadrupling down at the river. Poison high on top of the princess. Really nice battle at the river here, won by Michifu, and now he cycles a rocket, maybe recognizing that this is the way he's going to be able to do it. And if you're in Thrill, you need to figure out a way. He just used 6 elixir on a naked tower. Now you need to figure out a way to get a massive push to come down the lane and get that graveyard down. Michifu gets a little bit more than I think Thrill would have liked out of that barrel. Barrel in response, but doesn't go where he needs it to. An Ice Spirit plus a log keeps the princess alive. Michifu starting to make some really, really great interactions. A few more hits in there. Rocket down. Just one rocket away. Michifu in control this entire game. Finally, the graveyard comes down, but it's going to be too little, too late. Not enough to tank on the front end. And so much to deal with on the back. Rocket comes down for Michifu, and Enthrill drops his very first game of the day. Imperial in an incredible spot through most of this match, and now in a very, very scary position. So there you go. Take a look at the stats. You see there in the chat kind of echoing what I was saying earlier about Michifu having matchup can be tough. Which is what I was saying at the very beginning of that. It was just like he did not seem to be able to get enough of an elixir. I don't even need to say an advantage, just a comfortable enough place with his elixir to where he could adequately defend the opposite lane and still get a graveyard down that actually had some legs behind it. That was the biggest problem, is he could not get a true graveyard down with a great tank. So here we go, game number 2. Imperial Esports facing elimination. Michifu, CRL Pro, coming to be the Redeemer along with his other buddy Royal, another CRL Pro for AK Syndicate. So Hog versus Hog. Earthquake from one, Bomb Tower from the other. Sir Clashin says, bruh, the stress on Enthrill right now. I mean, that totally. And that's what CRL is all about. Obviously, this season is a little different because we're online due to what's going on in the world, but we talk so much in CRL West about how you can be an online all-star, but then when you get on those big stages, you just cannot close things out. And, you know, if you want to talk about great matches, you think about Surge and Morton, Surgical Goblin and Morton at the World Finals this last year, and down to 1 HP difference, but you saw the plays that those guys were making in that insanely high-pressure situation. Not only are thousands of people watching live in the room, but millions of people watching online. That is really what it's all about. So Enthrill behind by just a little bit here. His building is just a little bit more expensive, and obviously Michifu does have that Earthquake, giving him a better trade. There we go. Double elixir time. Enthrill trying to switch lanes. Bomb Tower does come down. There's the Earthquake to meet it. Gonna get a... Nope, no swing in. Skelly's right lane... excuse me, Skelly's Spear Goblin's right lane seemed like maybe a bad allocation of elixir. But but we shall see. Hog Rider will not get a hit. Musketeer kept at bay, but still not across the river, so that Knight actually is going to have to deal. Ooh, look at that. Almost allowed to get 2 Musketeers behind that Knight. Hog Rider comes in. Michifu keeping up the pressure now. Musketeer on the Inferno Tower, so he doesn't actually even have to use his Earthquake. Maybe he just cycles it to get a little bit of damage in. Set ops to start a new push. Thrill in a really tough spot of not really being able to commit as much as he'd like to the right-hand lane to get anything out of it, and having to spend so much on defense in the left. Michifu really put his opponent in a rough spot right now. You're between a rock and a hard place. You know, what are you going to do? Now Hog Rider going to break through. Does not. Demands another log. Another Knight comes down. Musketeer being tanked for. Michifu is relentless. And there is another Hog Rider coming in. Maybe dropped a half-second early, so it actually takes the drop from that Royal Delivery. A bit of luck there for Thrill. Can he turn it into anything? And almost gets that Hog Rider into the tower, but a last-second bomb tower does allow him to get a little bit of damage, and now he's not quite as far behind as he was a minute ago. My neighbor's dog is going crazy. And Riel CR says, again, Michifu is having the matchup. It's tough, man. It's always tough. 1370. 1286. Michifu back on offense. Snowball comes in just in time to slow down that tower and gets the hit in. Perfectly timed 2 hits in, and that is most likely going to do it for Imperial Esports. The pro plays for days. 154 remaining. There's the bomb tower. Thrill not happy about this set. The quick 0-2. Michifu plays that very, very well, and just like that, AK Syndicate with the come from behind win over Imperial Esports with an incredible showing in 2v2 and in King of the Hill, but just not able to close the door on these amazing CRL pros in Michifu and Royal, who kind of came out at the end and rang for their squad. Obviously, everyone on AK Syndicate played very well throughout the tournament, or else they wouldn't be where they are right now. But that is a very, very tough position to be in if you are Imperial Esports. So a big, big shout out to them, and obviously a bigger shout out to AK Syndicate, who will be going on to play Cream Academy, or whatever you want to call Cream now, but you saw right there that that is going to be our matchup. I can hop back over really quickly so you guys can see the pre-match here, and you guys can see what I'm talking about. So there are the positions. Those are the matchups of the day. Obviously, tomorrow we're going to deal with LA Esports, Flying Esports, Earn, and Totem. But what I did want you guys to see was the bracket here. So we're going to have Imperial Esports and Crushers Esports falling. AK Syndicate going to be playing up against Cream next. Tomorrow, we're going to be dealing with the 4 teams on the right side of your bracket. And of course, I'm going to be here. I'm going to be here casting them. I'm going to be here for a couple hours casting all the matches. I won't be here Thursday, but I will be here Sunday for the grand finals, and I cannot wait. Guys, make sure you go give some love to our boys, Mobile Matt, CWA, of course, my friend Gagarto, who's been helping me so much. Go follow Gems on Twitter. And guys, if you haven't already, please, please, please hit that subscribe button here on YouTube. And if you haven't followed me already at madcat.tv, please go and do that. I'll be hosting tournaments there. I'll be streaming Valorant. I'll be streaming Clash Royale. All that good stuff. Big, big ups to AK Syndicate and Cream. All my love goes out to the 2 squads eliminated today in, of course, Imperial, and in our first match of the day, falling to Cream in a very quick 2-set sweep for our boys. And I'm going to show them here to you one more time. Crusher Esports. That's the bracket. I'm Andrew Guy. I'll be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Do the math so you figure out where I'm going to be for you guys in your side of the world, your side of the coast, whatever it might be. Thank you guys for being here. I'll see you guys very, very soon. Goodbye.